Hi again everyone, Scott Player Popcult Fan here, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review for a brand new TV show that is kind of a sequel to a trilogy. I will be doing a review for the Santa Clauses. Now, I'm looking for something. Where is my coat? Ah, there's my coat. I found my coat. Yes, today I will be reviewing for you all the Santa Clauses. Alright, the season finale was just last night, so I want to talk about the show with all of you, since, you know, Christmas is just around the corner and I'm really excited. And I must say that I do think that this show is rather enjoyable. I like that it picks up the pieces from where the third film left off, you know, the Santa Claus 3, the Escape Clause, and I liked the story, but at the same time, it felt familiar because this is a franchise that where there's only 3 films, and I will say that this show, I feel like it's repeating certain aspects of the previous movies, which is fine, but it made it sort of a predictable story. That is one thing I will say about this show, is that the story is just sort of recycling similar ideas from the previous movies within the plot, and also, while I do enjoy this show, there are moments with the humor that don't all work for me. So there's also that. Certain aspects of the humor in certain moments in this show that don't all work for me. That's my main thing with that. But positives, though, I've always loved Tim Allen. He's a great comedic actor. I love him as Scott Calvin, aka Santa Claus. He's always been great from the first movie all the way to this. He's great. And then another thing that's interesting about the story here that is unique is that both Santa Claus and his wife, Mrs. Claus, have 2 kids, and what they do with their kids, it's rather fun because they're going to Chicago, because within the story, Scott Calvin sort of retires as Santa Claus because he feels like he's not doing his job well, and it's an interesting story, but it still has similar ideas that the previous movies did with their stories. Which is my only thing about that. And then also there's this whole story with this other guy and his daughter that's also rather touching, especially at the end in the season finale. And you understand his point of view. Like, you understand this guy who just wants to make his daughter happy. And there's this whole thing with him where he doesn't actually believe in Christmas, but he says to his daughter that he believes Christmas, and his job is kind of like Scott Calvin's job in the first Santa Claus movie, where he's making toys, or I think he works for a toy company, which is very similar to Scott Calvin's job in the first film. So it was a rather interesting story, and I do think that what they did with his character was good enough. But at the same time, like I said, certain aspects of the story, even with him, were similar to some of the previous villains within this franchise. And that's saying a lot, because there's only like 2 other villains in this franchise, from Santa Claus 2 and Santa Claus 3, where he does something a little bit similar to them near the end, like in the finale. It is an enjoyable show, I'm not gonna lie, and it's interesting what they do with this other character who kind of becomes a new Santa Claus, but he can't find the coat. That's why I did that joke at the beginning of the video. But yeah, it was fun, enjoyable ride from beginning to end. Really enjoyed it, and it's definitely something that I'll probably watch alongside the movies yearly, because it is a good show, but at the same time, not all of it works for me. So that's really it, though. It is an enjoyable show. If you're a big fan of the Santa Claus franchise, I do think you will enjoy this. So it's a good show. Not, I wouldn't say it's a great show, but if I had to give a grade for the Santa Clauses, I don't know if it'll get another season. I'm not sure. I'm guessing probably not, but it might. I don't know. If it's successful, it might. But my grade for the Santa Clauses is probably going to be a B+. That's my grade for it. So yeah, that should do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.